welcome to the Sports Social Club with Alex and Jess. I'm Jess.
I'm Alex.
And today we have some exciting and not so exciting news to discuss. Let's start off with exciting. The Stars fired Pete DeBoer.
Yes, they did. They have fired their head coach. Like we were talking in last week's episode, we're like, yeah, there's a higher chance they're going to fire him than they are get rid of their main goalie. And that is exactly what happened. So, I mean, what are you going to do? You make it to the Western Conference Final 3 years in a row, can't make it out, something's got to change. So they're like, okay, start it from the top, head coach, see you later. So we'll see what happens with that. I saw, like you were saying, potentially trading Robertson. I saw there's a chance like he could be going to the Ducks or something like that.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I saw Jim Nill, GM of the Stars, when he was talking in the press conference or whatever, talking about, parting ways with DeBoer. They said that Jamie is planning on coming back. Jamie Benn, they want him to come back. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing like a 1-year deal situation because he's at the end of his contract. I saw a post that was saying like teams with the least amount of cap space left. And I think the Stars were like the third team up there. Like Avs had the least amount of cap space, like 1 point something million dollars left. I think the Stars had 4 point something million. And then it said like number of players that still have like a notable like they would have like a notable contract. So like they said notable was like most likely they'd be getting paid like $2 or more million. And there was like 6 Stars players left on there. It was like Duchesne, Ben, I think Granlund. It was like all players that played, like they were significant players. And I was like, oh, okay, interested to see what happens with this little shakeup here. You got like 6 players and $4 million to pay them.
For real.
So
no, it'll be interesting. I think that they're definitely going to dump off a few of them, like Duchesne, Marchment. I mean, so Probably Robertson. Yeah, dump off enough to where we can have cap space, but at the same time, we got to get something good back. So
I mean, when you think, they've made it to the Western Conference Final 3 years in a row, you're kind of running out of time in that sweet spot where they're like doing really well because the teams, you have like some years when you're really hot, some years when you're not. And it's like, clearly we're on that like hot time right now, but like you can only hold on to it for so long. Like these players are getting older. The chemistry is only lasting so long. Players are coming in, players are coming out. And now with this coaching change. So I think, everyone was saying this was our year, which it was. Like this was the year. And so you probably really only have one significant year left. So hopefully this coaching change is like just the little spark that's needed to like push them over the edge. So.
God, I hope so, because I don't want to go through some bad seasons like we've had before.
Have you seen any speculations on who the new coach was? I've heard a couple names, but I didn't really know who they were.
I saw the Texas Stars.
That's one that I saw. Because apparently he's been doing really well.
He takes them to the finals like every year. Like for multiple years now. He's been great, and he's great with the young guys. I'm like, okay, that's not a terrible. And it's someone different. It's not someone in the same coaching carousel in the NHL. Like someone different. My uncle said we got to get Torts. And I said, no.
No.
He's great for a fun press conference, but not for young guys.
Yeah, I feel like you see so much. I don't really pay attention to it in like other leagues as much, but especially with the NHL, I feel like it's just the same coaches just rotating around all the time. It's like, okay, let's bring in somebody from the AHL. Let's make an assistant coach a head coach instead of just taking the same head coaches and just switching them around.
Put them around everywhere, yeah. Even ones that like, what was his name? Quinterville or whatever from Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah. He goes away after all the sex scandals. He's back. It's like, what?
You're telling me we couldn't have any other option.
Like, so they really, I mean, they love passing them around and bringing them back after a sex scandal and doing it, but they will not for some reason bring new guys in.
No.
So hopefully. Hopefully, I wouldn't mind the Texas Stars guy, especially because we had so much success with Jim Montgomery coming out of college that I feel like just someone new would be nice.
And I've heard people talking that about bringing Joe Pavelski on into the coaching staff.
That would be awesome.
Which would be cool.
Yeah, so, that'd be
obviously
great.
He's not going to be head coach. Like, he doesn't have significant coaching experience, but an assistant or at least like a position, like, you know, whether it's like skating or specifically running the power play or something like that, you know?
That'd be fantastic. Oh my God. Is he still living down here?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
hopefully.
We know he's good, you know, like good veteran. People respect him, that kind of stuff.
That'd be fantastic.
So fingers crossed there.
Hopefully. And on to another team that's really just breaking our heart. The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh my gosh. That game one, for those who didn't watch, Thunder were leading literally the entire game.
The whole game.
I saw a stat. The amount of time that the Pacers led that game, 0.3 seconds. Because that's when they scored their final goal, their final basket, and then it ended.
Yep.
So that was pretty sad. I don't remember the exact specific stat, but it was saying something like, you know, teams that are up 9+ points with this amount of time left in the game win the game, you know, and now because of they lost, it was 1 and 182.
That's so sad.
I was like, oh my gosh, you're the one.
They were up by I think they were up by 15, and there was I think it was 4 minutes left to go, up by 15. And then even down to the 3 minutes, because then after that, within the last 2 minutes of the game, the Pacers went on a 10-2 run. And I'm like, how do you let that lead slip away that bad? The defense was terrible. It was all, I mean, we kept trying to hit random shots from outside where I'm like, okay, no, dribble in. But what they do is Shea loves to dribble in and try to go up for it with his little short self himself. And I'm like, you're going to get stuffed instead of being able to go in and fake it and pass it out and then have another guy cut. Like, do something else other than the same thing over and over again. It's sad. It's really sad. Yeah.
We got game 2 tonight.
Game 2 tonight.
It's still in OKC.
Still in OKC, yeah. I think it'll be better tonight, I will say. I think we'll get this one.
I hope so.
But yeah, God, I pray. So I really hope so. I think we'll get this one. But the thing is, I don't know how it's going to be when we go on the road to the Pacers.
Yeah. So I was talking with someone, and you know they're pretty big basketball fans, so they're watching everything, and just like throughout the majority of the game, they're like, OKC is about to sweep the Pacers based on how this is going. And then obviously things change at the end, and like, maybe not.
At halftime, I mean, I think I told Henry, like, we might as well go ahead and get a shirt that says we won, like, the whole thing. Like, I was like, we're going to definitely get them in 4. And then after the game, I was like, okay, we'll have to get them in 5, but it's not going to be easy. So here's hoping. I think we all got humbled.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, one of those things where you're like, you actually have to play the whole game. No lead is safe.
Yep. And it was really hard to play against like the Nuggets. The Nuggets, it was terrible against. I mean, it like that was the one team that really had us throughout the playoffs. But I'm like, the Pacers, we can beat them. But if you blow a lead so much, they are so good. I mean, they won 4 of their games after being down by like 20 to come back. I mean, they can make anyone choke. And so it's like you got to get a big enough lead and stay with it, stay consistent, play lockdown defense, because if not, Halliburton's going to score 3 on you.
End the game.
And end the game. So yeah, game 2 tonight at 7, and we'll see how we're feeling by next week.
Fingers crossed.
We should have a good idea of how we're feeling.
Other sports, NCAA softball had the World Series their championship game the other day. So it started Wednesday, best of 3. Texas won the first one. Tech came back, won the second one, forced a game 3. Texas ended up winning.
Yeah.
Which, like, pretty handedly, they won that game, which was unfortunate. I didn't get to watch most of that game. I only got to, like, the game I watched the most was game 2. But game 3, like, Cody was giving me updates. He's like, Texas is up 5-0 in the first. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. It was miserable the whole game. They pulled Nigeria, thank God. And Henry had been saying the whole time, like, because he played baseball, so he's like, you cannot pitch the same person the entire time. She pitched the entire Women's College World Series, like through everything, and he's like, people are going to start having your number, and they did. Yeah. They the game 3 they teed off on her, and then they brought in their backup. And she wasn't terrible, but she wasn't amazing. And so they already are getting people in the portal as of this morning. So so they'll get a great backup because they know you can't win in this. Like OU has, I mean, amazing pitchers always, and they always have an amazing number 1, amazing number 2, and then they got a great day 3 pitcher. And so you got to be able to do that. Even Texas, I mean, that was a game 2 where they went through the entire bullpen, all 5 of them. So it's
and like in game 3, the championship one, is like, didn't they bring in a pitcher who hadn't even pitched in that either in that series or at all? I can't remember
at all.
Yeah, so it was like brand new.
Yeah,
and it's like like you're like Henry was saying, you know, when you have one pitcher who is your only pitcher, that's like a ton of film that you can watch on that pitcher.
Exactly.
It's like you're going to know everything that pitcher does. There's not going to be any secrets, anything like, oh, I didn't know she could do this. But no, you're going to know everything they can do. And so if you don't have the backups, they're going to study you and put all their energy into you, and that you're not going to be able to hide anything. It's like, yeah, sure, you're going to be able to throw strikes and you're going to get people out, but they're also going to be able to read you really well.
Exactly.
And they're going to capitalize on it, which they did.
Yep. Yeah. So when they started teeing off on her with the home runs, I was like, oh yeah, we're done. So it was sad, but
I did see that she signed another $1 million deal.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. She got that $1 million in. Yeah, no. So she'll be back there with her NIL money, and I really think they will be back, at least if not in the finals, in the semifinals next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And I especially, you know, when you get that far and you're seeing how well this team is doing, obviously that helps with recruiting.
Yes.
And so they're like, oh, okay, I can see what this team can do. I'm a pretty good pitcher, but I'm not playing as much over here, but I can go over here and be like an elite number 2.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Hopefully they get some of those, and it helps them win next year.
Yes. Yep. So we'll see. But it was really exciting. Like all 3 days were, you know, well, actually I would say game 1 and 2, very exciting. Game 3, that's awful. So
they started to come back a little bit towards the end, but then, like Cody was saying, I guess they put a stat up that like the biggest comeback that there's ever been in a championship game or something was like 7 runs, and at one point I think they were down 10.
Yes,
or something like that.
Yeah, they were about to get run ruled, and then they came back. It ended 10-4, and so they came back enough to where they could finish the game. But there was no way they were going to come back.
Unfortunate for them.
Yep.
But I mean, cool for Texas, their first softball national championship.
Great for them. So. They've been there so many years now, where they needed to win one at least. But
was this the first year of OU and Texas in the SEC, or were they in it last year? Because when the game ended, they said like this is the first championship for the SEC in however many years. And I thought they were in the SEC last year.
No, because this past fall was the first of OU Texas being in the SEC. Yeah, so this was their first year SEC.
Yeah, Cody and I were like, wait, were they? I was like, is this their first year?
No,
SEC?
Big 12's gotten the championships for the past like 10 years.
However many years, with OU freaking dominating everything. So that was kind of cool for them at least.
Yeah.
But other than that,
never gonna be us.
Gotta bring it back to the Big 12.
Yeah, come back.
I mean, I hope OSU softball makes some changes after how bad they did this year.
We have to. I honestly kind of want Kenny fired.
How long has he been there?
Oh, it's been since 2013.
Like
yeah,
okay, 20. So 12 years.
12
years. Yeah, because he came when we were there.
He came as like our freshman year.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Sad. I mean, I'm sure they'll keep him, but at least another year because they still obviously they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
but didn't get to the College World Series, which that wasn't so good.
Which is sad.
Also a team that didn't do great, OSU baseball.
Yes.
They made a regional, barely.
Mm-hmm.
They were a 3 seed. As we talked about in last episode, OSU is normally hosting a super regional. They're barely making a regional this year. But they went to Georgia, and they lost their first game to Duke. Then they beat Bennington or whatever. Then they played, it was Georgia. Then they played Georgia. Big game.
Yeah. Because this is the Georgia Regional.
Yes, Georgia Regional elimination game. And they ended up having an amazing finish. I think it was like they went into the 9th down 2 and then scored a 2-run home run. And then it sent it to extras, right? And then they scored another 2-run home run, I believe. And they ended up winning that game, eliminating Georgia, who was the host. So we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. OSU baseball is back. We're killing it. And then they had to play again against Duke because only 2 move out of the regional, and they lost.
And they lost in a really bad way. Like I
wasn't able to watch
Oh my God. At the end of the game, Henry and I were going off. At the end of the game, so we were actually like staying with them, and it was the bottom of the 9th, and we had a guy on, and and Duke is only up by 1, and so our guy hits it, and he's running to first, and they threw the ball it was like they threw the ball to second and then tried to throw it to first, but he had to go he didn't want to run through the first baseman. And so he he hit the bag. He should have gone straight through him because they said he went off his, the base path. Yeah. So we lost that way.
Come on, mate. You got to know, you run straight through first base. If they're in your way, it's obstruction and it'll be fine.
Exactly. It happened in the Texas softball series where the catcher for Texas Tech ran through the first baseman for Texas. That was the greatest thing ever.
That was awesome.
So our guy didn't do that, and we lost the game on that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Georgia was out. That was a big one. Other notable losses in regionals, Vanderbilt was out. Were they the 1 overall seed? Yeah, they were out. Alabama was out. Ole Miss. And then now in super regionals, Coastal Carolina just took out Auburn, which was huge. Because they were a super regional host, like one of the top seeds. Took them out 2 straight games. That was awesome. I think there's a bunch more of the super regional games today, because I think pretty much any other series was tied 1-1 or had just started yesterday, so it was only 1-0. So it could have some more eliminations today potentially, but then I think there'll be a couple more games tomorrow to finish out the super regionals. Do you have any teams that you would like to win?
Well, I do like Coastal Carolina. I mean, that is always fun. I'm trying to think.
I was going to see what the lowest seed left still is in, because I always like that,
Yeah.
Seeing
it's always fun when they go in.
A low team succeed.
Let's see. Yeah, Murray State would be a good one, but I don't think they're going to beat Duke.
The other day we got Arizona.
UTSA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arizona and North Carolina are playing right now.
Yeah.
And North Carolina absolutely wrecked them the other day. North Carolina beat Arizona 18-2.
Oh my God.
And then the next day, Arizona was like, okay, we can't let that happen again. So Arizona won 10-8.
Oh.
And so now they're playing right now game 3. And
Arizona's up.
In North Carolina, it's in Chapel Hill. And they're the 5 seed. So that's a big one.
Yeah, but UTSA is huge. That's one I would love for them to win.
They are down in the series right now.
Yeah.
1-0. Play today.
Yeah, so we got a lot of good games today. That's for sure.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And then over in hockey, Oilers Panthers are still playing.
Oh, yes, they are. Haven't been watching that much.
It's been meh.
I did watch game 2, and that was when they went into double overtime. I'm watching it, Oilers are up, but it's close. There's a little bit of time left. And then No. Panthers were up. And then a little bit of time left. Oilers end up tying it. Freaking Corey Perry. I was like, of course it's Corey Perry. I hate that guy. So they tie it with like, I don't remember. It was less than 20 seconds left. Somewhere in like the 15 to 17 range, I think. Tied the game up. I was like, dang it. And they were at Edmonton. So, of course, they're loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes into overtime. Double overtime. Brad Marchand scores the winning goal for the Florida Panthers. And he scored another goal in that game, like exactly the same way. It was shorthanded, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, it was like they were showing the two goals, like, side by side. It was like the exact same thing that happened, like a little bit of a breakaway and then gets it in. I was like, dang.
He's so good.
Yeah, have not been keeping up with that as much. Do they play today? Or
they play today at 7.
In Florida?
Mm-hmm. Yep, in Florida. Okay. So it'll be exciting.
Why would they do both games at the same time?
Well, it's because the NBA screwed up. Like, so this year the NBA decided to do 3 days instead of a 2-day break or whatever, you know, like they do like every other day or whatever. The NBA decided to have 2 days in between. So you have a game like every 3 days. It's awful.
Hockey did the same thing.
And no, hockey did every other. Yeah, right? Yeah, Friday and then Sunday. Yeah, Friday, Sunday, and then they play again Tuesday and then Thursday. Yeah. So because it used to be where they would alternate every day, and now the NBA, I think, pushed for more time in between, which is dumb because I'm like, Oklahoma City and the Pacers are only like 11 hours apart driving. You shouldn't do that.
Hockey doesn't play today. They play tomorrow.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they played today.
No. So I was like, I don't think. No, they did. They're doing 2 days between.
Oh, they did 2 days too?
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? Oh my God.
Yeah. So hockey plays tomorrow.
Wow, but they did.
Come on, Jess.
It's because they're going back to Florida, so they did the 2 days in between. Because they did Wednesday and then Friday for the first 2 games. So my guess is because they're
now they have
back.
They play.
Now they do the 2 days in between. Okay, and then they play Thursday and then Saturday. What is the schedule?
What is the schedule? They're giving them 2 days between games while they're in Florida. And then they have 1 day in between when they have to go back to Edmonton. Who's making the schedule?
Their schedule's terrible. Like, what the heck?
Oh my!
I thought the NBA schedule was bad, but no, this is terrible.
Maybe they're like trying to work around the NBA schedule so they're not playing on the same day?
Maybe, but that's just like insane.
Luna's losing her mind. What time is it? 9:30? Trying to guess which dog's out there.
No, but yeah, that's crazy that the schedule's like that. Oh, yeah. But so we'll see how that goes tomorrow then, I guess. But yeah, Thunder tonight, baseball today, and then hockey tomorrow.
Yeah, yesterday was basically a day of nothing because it was just a little bit of baseball. There was nothing else on.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're entering the bad time.
Yeah, we are. This is the Great Depression every year.
No F1 race this week?
Not this week, next week.
Where are they at?
I believe Canada.
Oh.
Yes, I believe we come to North America.
Did you say that with a British accent?
I don't know. Mate, A? No, A. I don't know, A.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other sports worth discussing. I think that's it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Other than sports, are you watching anything this week?
Well, we just finished a show that we've watched in one day yesterday called The Better Sister on Amazon Prime with Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks, and I recommend everyone and their mom go watch it. It is the greatest mystery. It's like, so someone dies, and so you have to figure, like, they're trying to figure out, like, someone's framed for it basically, or like blamed, and so then it's amazing. It's really good.
Okay.
And then
have you started the new Criminal Minds?
Oh yes, so started it, yes, but then someone died in the show.
Yes.
Yes. And I haven't watched since then.
Oh, you need to.
I need to.
Because somebody comes back.
Spencer. Yeah. I did see that.
Yes.
But is he like back for good?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I saw the funeral, like episode or whatever.
Oh, and that I think you're caught up.
No, I thought there's been like 2 episodes since.
I don't know. I think that was the last one I watched. Maybe I watched one more after that.
I thought there was...
Because it's only one a week right now.
Yeah. I thought there had been 2 episodes since... Maybe just one then. Maybe I'm only one behind.
They're all kind of running together, I feel like.
Yeah.
Other things I'm watching... Oh, we finished The Pit. That was good.
Yeah, great show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Might need to start ER. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're still watching Friends. Watching Criminal Minds. When I was texting you and Brooke, I was like, try to convince Cody to watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but he wasn't into it, so might have to start that one on my own.
I asked Henry, he said, hell no.
Yeah. I feel like I just don't watch a lot of TV on my own, like Cody does. Like, Cody's the kind of guy, like, oh, he's home from work, he's gonna watch TV.
Yep.
Or play video games. But me, I'm like, no, I need to, like, be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm either, like, biking, running, going to the gym, cleaning. I mean, if I'm doing if I'm not doing something, then I'm like scrolling on TikTok, or something like that. I'm not like locked into a show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder for me to watch just shows on my own because I'm just like, I'm not invested.
Yeah. Well, I typically, so it's funny because I will watch the shows on my own and Henry will sit in the recliner next to me and play like his video games, but then it ends up being a show we watch together because he doesn't play, he like gets so hooked into like The Better Sister. I was going to watch on my own yesterday. Yeah. So I'm sitting there watching, I'm into it. And then all of a sudden I see him and he's like, the person that he's playing the video game is frozen, just like standing there for minutes. And I just see Henry like, he was like staring at the TV.
Like, would you like to watch this show?
I'm like, do you want to know what's going on? And by the end of the night, he was like, okay, we got to finish this show tonight. Like, always happens.
I still need to watch that 4-season show you mentioned.
Oh, gotta watch it. Yep. And then there's Sirens on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. What is that about?
Weird. It's like rich people and...
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the other day... I had started White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
I could not get into it, but I think part of the problem was like how I was saying, like I don't watch a lot of TV on my own. It was like one of those. This was a little while ago. Like I was watching sports before, so I had already been watching sports for however long the game was, and then I was like, oh, let me put on White Lotus. And I was like, I think I had just been sitting there for too long, so I couldn't lock in. I watched like 1.5 episodes, and I was like, I don't know if this show is for me. I was just not getting into it.
Yeah, it's good, but yeah, I mean, I really like the 3rd season. I've never seen the first 2 seasons. I really like the 3rd season, but.
What do you mean you haven't seen the first? You just jumped into season 3 of a show?
Yeah, because each season's different.
Oh, they're all completely different.
Yeah, so only one person stays the same, but they're all at different, like the different White Lotus resorts. So people told me like you can just jump into season 3 and be fine. Like it's a whole new cast and everything.
Got it.
Yeah.
There was another show like that. It was called like, I want to say it was Sinners, not recent. Like there's a show right now, I think it's called The Sinner. Different. That's with like Michael B. Jordan or whatever. No, this was like a few years ago. It was Sinners, and it was like one guy was the same. He was like some sort of like detective or something like that. But then each season was different. But like he was still the same. But then like all the other seasons were different. So that was a good show if you're interested in that. I want to say Jessica Biel was in the first season.
Oh.
And, like, I think Matt Bomer was in it, and I don't know who else, but so that was interesting. Maybe check that out.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That was a few years ago. I feel like there was something else. Oh, I'm blanking now. Did you see that there's going to be a little like special coming out by the same people who do like Drive to Survive and Breakpoint and whatever, for Faith Kipyegon is going to be running the first sub 4-minute mile for women, and they're doing that kind of series about it.
That's crazy.
She's running it in like 2-ish weeks. It's like June 26th or something like that. So they're doing like a whole like following her.
Oh, that's cool.
So that should
heck
be cool.
Yeah. On Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, it probably won't come out for a little while because the race is on in like a couple weeks, and then they have to do all the editing. And
that's awesome.
But that should be interesting.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ballin'.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, you got anything else?
Nope. All good.
Alrighty. Right. Well, until next time, who knows what we'll be talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We're probably running out of some topics because all these sports are ending.
Yes.
So be sure to tune in for whatever random stuff we might be talking about.
Exactly.
You never know.
Yep.
You never know. Well, until next time, this was the Sports Social Club with Alex and Jess. I'm Alex.
I'm Jess.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.